friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Lisa, also known as Upstate Threadhead, and today we are talking about something that every live seller struggles with at some point. What should you start your items at in a live show? $3, $5, $15, $25, and does it even matter? Spoiler, yes, it matters a lot. And not just for your sales, how your buyers feel about your items, your show, and their willingness to bid. So let's break down the psychology behind starting prices and how they influence bidding behavior and how you can choose the right strategy for your shows. Starting price matters more than you think. When buyers come into your show, they instantly make assumptions about you, about your items, and the kind of deals that they're going to find. And your starting price is one of those first signals that they get. Think of starting prices as little messages that tell the buyer, this is a really good deal, or ooh, this is a really quality piece, or I don't know, this might not be worth bidding on. Because buying decisions are emotional before they're logical, your starting price can really make or break that first bid. First bid can be the hardest to get. Here's the truth. Buyers are way more likely to bid if they see someone else bid first. No one wants to be that only bidder. That can feel risky, it can feel awkward, and sometimes even embarrassing. If your starting price is too high, that first bid becomes harder to get. And if you don't get it, the item might sit or pass, or you might have to rerun it. It might not sell at all. That's why lower starts can work. They reduce the risk for the buyer to get in early, but lower starts aren't always the right strategy. So let's get into that. The low start strategy, some pros and cons. Some pros of those lower $3 to $5 starts: you widen the door for more bidders. You increase the chance of those fast early bids. You increase show energy. More bids means a higher chance that the algorithm is pushing out your show, and buyers love that excitement and they feel rewarded. But here's that psychology twist to the lower starts. A $3 start can sometimes send the message, this item might be cheap, or wait a second, is there a flaw, or why are they starting this so low? And if your buyers don't trust your brand yet, low starts can backfire. Low starts work best when you have a warm audience, your buyers already know your quality, you have volume to move, or you want that show engagement. The higher start strategy, pros and cons. So some pros of those higher starts, maybe $10, $15, $20, that signals higher quality. That can reassure buyers that the item is going to be worth it, and you're more likely to get the price you want if at least someone bites. So that can work really well for premium brands, or maybe sometimes even those new tag items. But here's the risk. It can scare off that first bidder if viewers are low or if they aren't in a buying mood. So you might get no bids, you might get just one single bid at that starting price, or worse, the buyer might just scroll out of your show without even considering staying or bidding. So those high starts work best when you have that strong community, your viewer count is strong, your audience has already been primed to spend, and the value of your item is obvious. Plus you have trust that's been built over time with your audience. What to do when viewer count is low? This is where most sellers start panicking. Low viewers make you want to start items higher because you're thinking, well, if only one person bids, at least I won't lose money. That is a totally valid thought, but here's the trap. If no one bids at all, you make $0. So with a lower viewer count, you actually might benefit from starting lower. That might trigger that first buyer to jump, because once that first person bids, someone else is usually likely to follow. You want to keep that barrier to entry small. So the balance strategy is perhaps what's recommended. Smart strategy would be a tiered system. So think those every day, I can find it everywhere, mall brands. Maybe you do the lower starts, maybe $5 to $8. Those one-of-a-kind premium items, maybe you have the $10 to $15 starts. And maybe luxury new with tag items would be your $20 stars, just for example. It gives you those psychological deal tiers. So that way it is less risk, more buyer trust, and you get consistency. And buyers learn your pattern, which builds confidence in your starts. the bottom line. The right starting price isn't just about you. Yes, you have to make money, you have to make a profit. And so, yes, you have to start the item at what you're willing to sell it for. But it's also about how the buyer feels when they see it. Do they feel like it's a deal? Do they feel comfortable taking the risk and swiping for that first bid? Do they feel the quality matches the start? Are they primed to bid based on that lower viewer count or based on your energy? It is your job as the live show host to find that balance. The psychology, the show energy, your profit, your goals, and the buyer expectation. When you get that balance just right, your viewer count goes up, your bids go up, your energy goes up, and your sales go up. If this video was helpful, please hit the like button so I know to make more videos like this. And if you want deep dives into live selling psychology, pricing strategy, behind the scenes of full-time reselling, make sure you are subscribed. And also, don't forget, do not miss the Posh podcast, episodes dropping every single week with new guests every week. Thank you for being here. Happy selling, happy sourcing, and I will see you on the next one.